Good afternoon, class. This is EDU112, Introduction to Curriculum Studies. My name is Dr. Gunde Yakubu. I'm not alone. We are two in this very course. I'm together with Malem Abdi. So we'll be taking you through this course. Curriculum as it is a very difficult concept to define. Scholars has tried to look at what curriculum is all about, but we have not reached a consensus definition of what curriculum is all about. But before we look at the concept of curriculum, I want us to look at the meaning of curriculum, how curriculum comes about, how do we come about the term curriculum. And the term curriculum as it is derived from the Latin word chorus. Chorus, which means a running course, a race track for a chariot or a race course. Now, here the Latin word, which means chorus, means a running course, means a race track, a chariot, or a race course. And so remember, we cannot start running a course without anything to achieve. So, figuratively, curriculum can therefore mean a relatively standardized ground covered by students in their race towards the finish line or marks, which may be a school certificate or a diploma or a degree certificate offered to the learner. Now, having a look at the meaning of curriculum from these Latin words, it means individual race, you running along to achieve something. So, curriculum here means running a course. When you reflect back, you look at yourself and some of your mates where you started primary school together. Some were some dropped on the way. They could not complete their primary school due to one reason or the other. But you that were able to finish, you finish your primary school. Something was given to you to attest that yes, you have duly finished the race at primary school, and that will help you to move to another race. That is the primary school certificate, that is the first school living certificate that was given to you, attest to you that yes, you have duly finished the race of primary school. You begin your secondary school, you have entered another race. In that race, we look at this race as a figurative, that is only you alone will be able to run the race. Nobody will bear your cross for you. That is to say, if you are unable to run the race, nothing will be given to you. So if you can reflect back again, you discover that there are some of your mates that you started this race together with them, but they could not finish it due to one reason or the other. Some may break on the way because they don't have school fees. Some may break on the way because of one thing or the other that influence their studies. But thank God you were able to finish the race, and something was given to you to attest that yes, you have run the race and you have duly run and completed the race. And that is the YX certificate was given to you, and other maybe a testimonial and other thing, which allow you to write exams, that is the JAM, and today you have come to National State University and you are starting another race. And this race, you have to run it, and you must. Some of you may not complete this race, some may complete, but I pray that all of you will complete this race. Now, having said this, we have come and you have started the race in the university, and you must duly finish the 4 years if you run the race successfully, a degree certificate honoring your race by giving you a degree certificate on any course that you have run for to attest that yes, you are a graduate from Nasarawa State University. Now, having looked at the meaning of curriculum in this very way, the concept of curriculum, as I've said, is indeed a very difficult concept to define. And scholars have sought, and there is no consensus among scholars in regard or with regard to the definition of what curriculum is all about. But then we still have some few scholars that have defined curriculum. I would like us to look at some of these scholars. What are their views on what curriculum is all about? Now, Brubacha in 1969, to him, he defined curriculum as the ground which pupils and teachers covered in order to reach the goal of education. Brubacha, in his own definition, he sees curriculum as a ground that has been carved for students and teachers to cover. That is to say, it before you come to Nasarawa State University, the university authority have already prepared all the ground that you as a student, if you come, you need to cover this ground, you need to reach the goal of this ground in order to receive or to collect a certificate. Now, Brubacha, in his own definition, he said, the ground which pupils and teachers cover in order to reach the goal of education. This ground, without the teachers, students, or pupils cannot cover this ground. And without the students, teacher cannot cover this ground. So it means that both teachers and pupils need to come together in order to reach the goal of education, which shows that students are not free. You have no academic freedom of your own to cover this ground. And teachers must be there to guide the students or help the students to cover or to reach the goal of what? Education. That is Brubacha view. Now, Turner and Turner again in 1975, to him, that is Turner, defined curriculum as the planned and guided learning experiences and intended learning outcomes formulated through the systematic reconstruction of knowledge and experiences under the auspices of the school from the learner's continuous and willful growth in personal social competence. Turner looked at curriculum as the planned and guided learning experiences and intended learning outcomes. To him, all the learning experiences that the student or the learner will have in the school must be prepared by the school. Not only planned by the school, but it must be guided. The experiences of the learner must be guided. And we must, that is the school now, has to formulate an intended learning outcome, what they want the learner to achieve during the time that they are in school. Now, learner says that all these experiences, all this knowledge that students will get will not be on his own. That is, you must be under the auspices of the school. That is, you must be under the guides or the guidance of the school, which means that all learning experiences that you have come here to gather to Nasarawa State University, you are not on your own, but you have to be guided by who? By the teacher. So some of you who say that they have come to university and they have academic freedom and whatsoever, it's a lie. Because all your experiences are guided under the school's authority. And now, he did not only stop there. He says that all your experiences will be guided by the school. From the learner continuous and willful growth in personal social competence. That is, there must be readiness in you as a learner. So he discovered that Turner sees curriculum as planned and guided learning experiences and intended learning outcomes that is being formulated through the systematic reconstruction of knowledge and experiences under the auspices of the school from the learner's continuous and willful growth in personal social competence. Wasogu in 2000, to him, he viewed curriculum as the total spectrum of content, resources, materials, and method of teaching through which the purpose of education are achieved. Reconstruction. He says he viewed curriculum as the total spectrum of content, resources, materials. What are contents? When we look at content, we said contents are knowledge. They are information that need to be given to the learner. We also look at resources. Curriculum cannot go without resources. Materials and method that we will be able to teach the learner. For us, through which the purpose of education are achieved. If you have no content, you have no resources, you have no materials and methodology, knowledge, experiences cannot be exposed. So to him, he felt that all these things must be there before we will be able to achieve our purpose of education. Having said this, we have, from the time being, the meaning and the concept of curriculum has been changed over time. Now, why do we change the concept of curriculum? Why do we change the meaning of curriculum? We said previously, the time was used to refer to the list of academic subjects on the timetable. That is, all the academic subjects that are in the timetable, people see it as curriculum. We also says people look at curriculum previously as the syllabus that is being constructed. People see curriculum in different views, but today, however, curriculum is now a very broad term that encompasses all the learning experiences. That is the planned and unplanned academics, non-academics, written, unwritten, officials, non-officials that students acquire well in the school or in the course of going through a program. In those days, people always refer to other activities that happens in schools which were not in the class, were previously referred to as extracurricular activities, like the sporting activities, the quiz, the debate, the drama, the moral instruction, maybe the FCS, the the MIS, and other activities that are going on in the school environment. People always regard it as extracurricular activities. In those days, we only look at the official, the four corners of the classroom means curriculum. People look at the four corners of the classroom that the teacher will come and stand and teach. Looking at the syllabus, looking at the content, you said that one is curriculum. But today, all the activities, the written and unwritten, the official and non-official, all are embezzled into what? Into curriculum. We see them as curriculum. That is why we have the broad definition of curriculum. It is in this view, or it is in view of the changing nature of the curriculum today, that the time has been defined by several authors as follows. That is, many people have changed the definition of curriculum because of what curriculum is all about. It different or into this. Let's look at Wheeler's definition in 1969. Wheeler says or define curriculum as the planned experiences offered to the learner under the guidance of the school. That is, planned experiences offered to the learner under the guidance of the school. That is, whatever experiences that is being offered to the learner is curriculum. Now, let's look at our planned experiences. You may come here, when you came, you pass through several stages of registration. There are experiences and they are part of the curriculum. You cannot say, starting from your registration point down to the classroom, you will not say they are not planned. The school authority have planned how you accept your admission, how you pay your school fees, how you go to the ICT center for different registration and others. And these are planned activities that the school has planned. When you come in terms of sport, the school authority has prepared different type of games and athletics that some of you will partake. There are also planned experiences that you need to have. Now, when we talk of planned experiences, it means that whatever the school has prepared for the learner to learn, either in the classroom, either consciously or unconsciously, has become part of the work, part of the curriculum. So looking at all these activities, the drama society in the school is a planned activities. The debating society is a planned activities. All the activities you have engaged yourself outside the classroom lectures, they are part of the planned activities that the school has prepared for you. So when you look at curriculum in that way, you discover that every activities that the student undergo is part of the work, is part of the curriculum. Having looked at what Wheeler says, we now come to Fafua. Fafua, in his own view, he viewed curriculum as the whole of the educative process, that is, the total environment which education takes place. That is the child, the teacher, the subject, the content, the method, the physical and psychological environment. All is part of our curriculum. So to Fafua, you look at all the educative process, the environment, the school environment, the university environment that has been set. He viewed it as curriculum. And under it, he said he take into cognizance what the child is, the teacher, the subject, and the content, the method in which they use to pass all those contents to you, the physical and the psychological work environment. And when you look at the physical environment that we learn, the physical environment here, that is all the physical things that you see around us. But when you come to the psychological environment, it talks about the relationship, the psychological environment here, the relationship that exists between the student and the teacher. How do you feel? What are your emotions? Are you stable? Are you ready to learn? Is the environment conducive for you emotionally and otherwise? That is what Fafua is saying, what curriculum is all about. He's looking at the environment. And when he sees this environment, it's not just for the student, but also for who? For the teachers. Then we also have Haas in 1982. Haas defined curriculum as all the experiences that individual learners have in a program of education whose purpose is to achieve broad goals and related specific objectives, which is planned in terms of framework of theory and research or past or present profession. practice. That is curriculum. Therefore, when we look at what has said, you look at curriculum in a very broad way, and you look at all the related and the specific objective which has been planned in terms of what the learner needs to learn. Now, when we look at curriculum, to sum what curriculum is all about, we said curriculum, therefore, is the totality of the experiences a student acquires while going through school under the guidance of the teacher. Totality of the experiences. Now, when we talk of the totality of experiences in the curriculum, it means whatever experiences that we have acquired in Nasarawa State University is part of the curriculum. The one in the classroom, the one outside the classroom is part of the curriculum. And that is why when we look at the totality of the experiences of students, we separate this totality into two. We categorize them into two. That is the macro experiences as well as the micro experiences. The macro experiences means every experiences that the student has come here to acquire is part of the curriculum. The one you acquired in Ambolebu, the one you met friends, the one you go to Kakaki, the one you go to Prestige, the one in the football athletic, the one in the hostel where you experience some certain things, the debating club, the drama society, the lawn tennis, and whatsoever activities you undergo in the university is part of the experiences. The one in the classroom is part of the experiences. That is the holistic experiences of the curriculum. Now, having said this, we have the micro curriculum, and the micro curriculum here is talking about your area of studies, and this micro curriculum or this micro experiences is what the society will ask of you tomorrow. That is why I always tell my students that once we are in the school, we know that curriculum encompasses a lot of things, but the micro experiences is what the society will ask of you tomorrow. After your 4 years in Nasarawa State University, the society will ask, during these 4 years, what have you learned? You have gone to Nasarawa State University to learn physics education, to learn biology education, to study guidance and counseling, to study educational management, and to study social studies education. Now, when the society asks of the knowledge that come and teach our students physics, will you be able to teach them? Because no matter how long or no matter the years you spend in Nasarawa State University, you still fall back to the society. The society are the final consumer of what we are producing here, and the society are the final evaluators, because no curriculum is planned outside the needs of the society. So the micro experiences is what I always advise you students to hold firm onto. If you have come here for studies, if you have come here to read, and the micro curriculum is saying this is what you are reading. If you are reading biology education, make sure the contents of biology education is known to you very well. If you are reading chemistry education, make sure you know chemistry education very well, because that is what the society will use and ask of you tomorrow. The society will never ask you the macro experiences. That is, how do you participate in athletics? How do you make friends when you are in the university? How often do you go to Kakaki Garden or Prestige Garden or Gwaza or anywhere in Kefi? No society will ask you of that. The society will always ask you, what experiences have you come to acquire? And those experiences, they will ask them related to what? To your micro experiences. It is in the light of this. The school itself are not planning, when we say totality of the experiences, there are bad experiences that students may acquire during the school, but the school did not offer those experiences. And that is why we have to look at it. The school always have selected experiences that they offer or they give to their learners. For example, stealing, armed robbery, prostitution is part of the experiences that you have learned. And curriculum says is the totality of experiences that the student acquires. But school authority did not offer or did not plan for the student to become armed robbers. The school authority did not plan for you or prepare or offer an experiences that you become a prostitute. Once the school authority discover you in one of these attitude or experiences, the school authority will expel you. That is why up to date, the definition of curriculum has not come to an agreement. So, having said this, I may say that we should look at the definition that the school, that is, it is a selected experiences students acquired while going through school under the guidance of the teacher. Those selected experiences or good selected experiences that are given to you is what the school offered to its learners. Now, we have discussed much about the concept of curriculum. Yet, we have areas when we say is the totality of experiences the school offered to a learner under the guidance of the teacher, we discover that those experiences are wide. And that is why we have the scope of the curriculum. And when we talk of the scope of the curriculum, we are looking at areas in which the curriculum covered. And when we look at these areas, we said there are 3 programs within an ideal curriculum. And what are these programs? We said they are program of studies, program of activities, and program of guidance. These are the areas that curriculum deals with or curriculum covered. Now, when we look at program of studies, we said this simply refers to the academic subject listed on the school timetable that students are to study. Now, there are different courses that you are learning, and the school here has those courses. They have listed them and they have provided a timetable where you as student, you will go and sit in the 4 corner of the classroom and the teacher will come and present his lectures for you. Now, this is program of studies. Like this 2 o'clock is scheduled for what? For EDU112, curriculum and instruction. This is my right time. Nobody will come and take this time for me. And we are in the 4 corners of the classroom. You are listening to me. This is a program of studies. So the school have focused attention on programs of studies so much over the years to the near neglect of other components of the curriculum. The academic subject offered, which are listed on the school timetable, we may have, like in the secondary school, you may have English, mathematics, biology, chemistry, and so on. Here in the university, for some of you that offer different subjects, you have your different timetable. Curriculum is a general course for you to be here for all the 100 level students. And that is why you are here now. After having your timetable, maybe in chemistry, maybe in biology, maybe in history and others. Now you are here for EDU 112, which is the official time located for me and you to meet and learn what curriculum is all about. That is program of studies within the 4 corners of the classroom. The teacher will be there giving you his knowledge, you listen to him and learn in the four corners of classroom. Remember, in our definition of curriculum, we said curriculum now is the totality of experiences. And that is why we are looking at the scope of curriculum. Now, you have seen what program of studies is all about. The next one, we have program of activities. And under this program of activities, we said it's a program consisting of all activities that deal with the actual purpose experience and the present day life of society. Apart from the academic subject taught to students in the school, there are a lot of other activities that the school organizes for who? For her students. That is why we said every activities that take place in the university or in academic circle are planned activities. So, apart from the classroom activities, apart from classroom work, you discover that there are different activities that school prepared for this for a student or organizes for her student to learn. For example, you are here, we have what do we call it? Apart from the classroom activities, you have other activities that you may join in the school, like the athletic. You can see that we just finished some competitions of football of recent. There are programs that school organize for each student. What of the drama club? What of the debating club? And others. All the religious activities that are taking place in the university are prepared for us to learn one or two things there. When you go back to secondary school, you discover that the school will always organize maybe inter-house competition, debating society, drama club, and other activities for a student to build them up. Some of you knows how to speak very well today because when you were in secondary school, you were in one club or the other, either debating society or drama society or whatsoever club that you may join yourself so that you understand what it means. Those activities help us to build ourselves. So, at times, some of these activities prepared are well organized activities that the school organizes for her students or for her learners to learn through them. That is why today, some of you always speak. When you go for drama club, you said extracurricular activities. When we are going to the field, you said extracurricular activities. Today, if you are learning under me as my own disciple of curriculum, we don't have extracurricular activities again. Everything is part of the curriculum because all those activities or all these activities were prepared by the school to equip the learners. So that is why we don't have extracurricular activities. Program of activities is part of the curriculum. Then we have the final one, which is program of guidance. We say this program is out to help learners acquire competence in self-direction or self-guidance in day-to-day living. Now, under this program of guidance, it means that every teacher must be involved in making this aspect of the curriculum a success. Why is it that every teacher must be involved? Because you as a teacher, you know your students more than any other person. It is in the light of this that you must help your students to achieve what you're supposed to achieve in life. You must look at the competency, the intellectual contents of that child, the direction in which that child wants to move, so that you as a teacher, you help him to acquire what he's supposed to be. Some of you are here in education today, not because you are not intelligent. Some are here because, not because you want to read education, but you have no proper guidance. Not that education is bad, it's good. There are some that have the talent of education, but they are not the faculty of education because teachers fail to guide them on what to do. It is always good for you as a teacher to check the activities of your students, to look at the direction in which your students are going, so that you will help them to become what they are supposed to be in the society. When you do that, you help the life of the learner. Curriculum is telling us this afternoon that once you become professional teachers, you are not supposed to overlook your students anyhow. That is why even in the university, we have directorate of counseling, guidance and counseling, that even you as a university student, if you find difficulties, if you are in a very serious problem with any lecturer or in your course of studies, you can go to directorate of guidance and counseling and lay your complaint there, so that we have experts that will help you out of your situation. It is always good for you as a teacher to know your students and to help them navigate through the storm of life and become what they are supposed to be. If you did not help your students, if you did not check what your students are supposed to be, you are not helping them and will not achieve what they are supposed to achieve in life. In this regard, curriculum as a course of studies covers program of studies, program of activities, and program of guidance. These three areas are areas that curriculum covers, which means that curriculum have no extracurricular activities. Anything you do in life, anything you do today, either football, either making friends or going out to relax with friends, having some experiences, going to a debate or drama or whatsoever, is part of the activities that the school has prepared for you. The classroom lectures in the four corners of the classroom that you sit and listen to me now, the school has also prepared that for you to achieve. Program of guidance, the school has also prepared. We have directorate for guidance and counseling, where students, when they need help out of their situation, the school has prepared that to help them. So, which one is extracurricular activities today? We don't have extracurricular activities. Under my discipleship, you don't classify any of this program, any of these activities as extracurricular activities. Once you mention extracurricular activities in your mouth, it means you are not a student or you have not passed through education in this Nasarawa State University. Having said this, we have seen the meaning of curriculum, concept of curriculum by Bubacha and others. We have seen the changing definition of curriculum because of the period of time that curriculum has passed, and we have seen the scope of curriculum. Next time, we'll look at the function of curriculum and maybe the type of curriculum and others. Thank you very much for listening.